Hey everyone, my name is Sean Arnold and welcome to another episode of Subscriber Showdown. Today I'm playing against SwizzymanHD. This is the second match out of this is the second round out of a 2 out of 3 match which we did. I'm not going to show the whole match because it was pretty one-sided. As you know already from the title, it's Turtles versus InfernoSworns. And if anyone knows what InfernoSworns are like, you know I'm not really going to be able to do much with Turtles against InfernoSworns. But I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to try and make this into, say, a deck commentary, more of what Swizzyman is doing to kind of highlight what his deck is and what he's doing well in his deck there, as opposed to really focusing on Turtles, which I've done so many videos on already. As always though, thank you to anyone that has challenged me into playing a game and wanted to be on the channel for an episode of Subscriber Showdown. Even if you didn't and you just wanted to play, always appreciate that anyone is interested in playing a scrub like me. I should make that to a song, like a scrub like me, a scrub like me. Oh, I've got a beautiful singing voice, I know. Yeah, no, hopefully I can be entertaining enough to provide some good commentary and show off what Swizzyman's trying to do here. So, yeah, he whooped my ass in the first episode. I think in the first episode, in his first turn, in the first round, I think he started off the round by playing Reasoning into the Blaster Elemental Dragon. I know that's not what you're called, but I forgot what it's called. The Fire one, and that went into all sorts of problems from there. But first of all, he's playing Void Launch. Now, the way that Infernoids and Light Swarms combined together really works. It's all about milling cards in the graveyard, and that turns them into a resource to be used for later on. In my last episode, I did talk a little bit about this on a bit of a rant, saying how I don't really like when people use when decks use the graveyard as a resource, because I feel like it kind of breaks the game. And this is kind of one of those examples, but it's not too bad. There are outs to a deck like this. I think most of the time it really comes down to whether you can counter it or not. And unfortunately, in the current Yu-Gi-Oh meta, Konami has kind of stripped away most of the counters to decks like these, unless you're playing another deck which can make it something like a graveyard to resource. But the way their Infernoids work is that they send loads and loads of Infernoids to the graveyard, and then they can banish them to special summon other Infernoids, and they get other free effects for that as well. And so I'm gonna have to try to do what I can to kind of lock off his graveyard and try to counter that. Oops, go into the menu there. I didn't cut this out. This is me sending a message to the next person I'm going to be doing a subscriber showdown with, and that's Skull Chunch 3R042. Really interested in how he got that name, 3R042, huh? Or it's Skull Chuncher. Maybe it's Chuncher. What's a Chuncher? I don't know. Maybe it's Skull Cruncher, but I think he's got that awesome avatar of that girl from what's that video game, The Witcher 3. I think she's from The Witcher 3. Really never got around to playing The Witcher 3. Everyone was talking about how The Witcher 3 is amazing and whatnot. The gameplay never really sold me. It kind of looked very simple in the way it attacks and whatnot, and it's really time consuming, and I just really don't have the time these days for RPGs with 100+ hours, but I love them so much. I love immersing myself in a world and just kind of like sitting on the couch for days, letting my balls hang out, and letting the net beard grow, and you know, hiding from society. I wish I had that luxury. I really do miss those days, but no, not anymore. So back into the game here. I'm playing Reptilian Gardener. That could be cool. My opponent's playing Reasoning here, and I'm going to probably have to guess a card. I could play Summon Warning to stop it, but I might get lucky with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let Reasoning rock, and I'm going to call a card level. Reasoning, you call a card level, and then you can special summon a monster. You can pick up cards from your deck until you can find a monster that can be normal summoned, and then you can special summon it to the field if it is not the level your opponent called. I've always loved Reasoning. I thought Reasoning has been a super awesome card because you're basically special summoning for free. And it only recently got hit on the Fibonacci list, and I think it got brought down to 1. And it's about damn time, because I've always thought Reasoning was way too strong because it was a free effect, you know, you're not really paying anything to use it. The idea that you are milling so many cards used to be a bad thing, but nowadays, your graveyard is a resource as much as anything else. So you know, milling cards to the graveyard really is no downside. So it's nice to see that they finally hit. Anyway, my opponent has 2 Luminous on Lightsworn summoners on the field, and before they can go into a rank 3 play, maybe like Dante, or I don't know if Dante's even in Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duel. Is this Burning Abyss in Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, I think it is. Before they go into a play like that, or discard to special summon more monsters, I'm going to play Offering to the Snake Deity. Offering to the Snake Deity is going to destroy 3 monsters on the field, 1 reptile and 2 monsters my opponent controls. And by destroying Reptilian Gardener, his effect also gets triggered, which allows me to add one more Reptilian monster from my deck to my hand. It's a nice little combo there. It keeps my card count high, makes Offering to the Snake Deity less of a disadvantage. But it makes it more useful. But it's, you know, again, this is still turtle decks. This is not really going to do much against an InfernoSworn. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do what we can. So I'm going to summon Reptilian Gardener again. And now I'm going to have to make a move. So I'm going to play Call of the Haunted. Call of the Haunted is going to bring back another Reptilian Gardener. And it's probably best that I do this now, because Infernos all seem to have this effect where they contribute an Inferno monster on the field to banish 1 card from my graveyard. It lets them dodge a lot of effects, or if they're going to die anyway, they can distribute themselves and banish something from my graveyard, and they've got that good kind of anti-graveyard control, as well as being using the graveyard as a resource. But I'm going to bring out King of the Pharaoh Imps. King of the Pharaoh Imps is a rank 4 monster that's going to allow me to add 1 reptile monster from my deck to my hand, and then I'm going to probably swing with King of the Pharaoh Imps to do some damage. But no, Swizzyman's Inferno deck is pretty good. I did try to, this is just direct, this is SwizzyMan. SwizzyMan, I did try to Google your username. I wanted to see if you had a YouTube channel or something that I could promote with this video, because often when you see people with the name HD at the end of the name, it usually just denotes some kind of production, or a lot of people with HD tend to have like a YouTube channel or something. I couldn't find it. So if you do have something that you're kind of working on that you want to promote, dude, feel free to leave me a message and I will put it into the description or on this video, or put as an annotation. But yeah, again, thank you for playing me, SwizzyMan. And now over to him. He's going to summon Raiden. Lightsworns really work well with Infernos because they do a lot of milling and they have a lot of effects which that allows them to access the extra deck as a resource, such as through rank plays or synchro summons, because they have a couple of tuners in there like Raiden. Raiden is a really popular Lightsworn, as that can be really splashable for a lot of decks in this day and age, because it just fits so well, you know, it's just so easy to mill with. I think some people really know how I feel about Lightsworns. I'm not the biggest fan of Lightsworns. I think Lightsworns was, besides zombies, the first deck to really start turning milling into not a downside, and I kind of didn't really get why, from a design point of view, that really makes sense. If they're supposed to be like heavenly angels, why would the graveyard be their best friend? I don't know. Is it the idea of just dying and coming back to heaven? Maybe it's that, who knows, I don't know. But then why are they coming to Earth? I don't know. It's weird, gameplay design, trying to make sense of Yu-Gi-Oh! Really doesn't get you anywhere in life, so, you know, do whatever, really. Anyway, I'm going to try and use Fiendish Chain against Infernoid Cytosimus. I'm going to try and negate that card's effect, because it has an effect which I believe can get rid of a card on my field. And my opponent's now going to chain with MST. And I really want to get rid of that monster, so I'm going to play Compulsory Evacuation Device. This isn't a great point in time to play Compulsory Evacuation Device, but if I lose, if I allow that Inferno to start doing what it wants to do, then that could be a really bad point in time for me, because Infernos just get a whole load of bunch of effects for free. They can destroy spell or trap cards, they can destroy monsters, they can banish things from the graveyard. They're really good. They're a really good set of monsters. And as you can see, he got rid of my turtle, poor turtle. So that was a little bit of a waste, but hopefully if he can't play anything else right now, I'm in an okay position to kind of counter attack. But we will see Yep, he's going to go to his end phase. And in his end phase, he's going to use Raiden's effect to mill more cards to his graveyard. And he got, I think, a Lila and another Inferno monster. And okay, so now I'm going to have to really try and go be a bit more offensive. It's going to be tricky, but I'm going to try and do the best I can. I add a Kage from my deck to my hand. And now I'm going to normal summon Jar Turtle. I really like Jar Turtle, he's such a fun dude. He's really weak, but I just like his big dumb grin on his face. And I've gotten the effect off quite a few times when you can actually get Jar of Greed with Jar Turtle on the field out. It's kind of nice because you get 2 cards for effectively the price of 1. Not very consistent. One of the problems with this deck is that there's no real way of, say, searching out Jar of Greed and searching out Jar Turtle. You know, you just gotta kind of hope that you have both cards at the same time. Of course, there's King and the Feral Imps, but as you can see right now, I don't have a Jar of Greed ready to use it with. So I can't really take advantage of that engine, but Jar of Greed I still think is kind of good. I've been wondering about Jar of Greed. I've been wondering why a lot of people don't play it. A lot of people went crazy over Upstart Goblin for a while, saying, oh wow, you know, having a 37 card deck is amazing. And it kind of works because paying 1000 life points, well, giving your opponent 1000 life points to draw a card really doesn't hurt you, because in this format you're able to summon so many big monsters that giving them a couple of extra 1000 life points isn't really going to matter when you're going to overkill them anyway. And but no one really touches Jar of Greed. Is that because it's a trap card that's a little bit slower? It still thins your deck out. I might start using them a little bit more just to see how it works. Speaking of working, I tried to use Abyss Dweller to lock up my opponent's graveyard. That would have been so good for this turn. This would have been really helpful. But unfortunately, I didn't realize that SwizzyMan had actually milled a copy of Breakthrough Skill into his graveyard, which therefore negated Abyss Dweller's effect. If I was able to lock up his graveyard this turn, this would have been so good. It would have been so helpful. But it wasn't to be. Raigeki has destroyed all monsters on my field, and I'm going to be a little bit stuck, and here comes probably something big. Banishing 2 Inferno monsters for Infernoid Antondale. I want to know the history of Infernoids. I have no idea where they've come from. I think they maybe have come from that arcade machine that they had in Japan. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm not. But they've got some, I want to hear like what the inspirations are behind the cards, because there's something I love about Yu-Gi-Oh as well. The way it takes inspiration from real life things, and I can imagine like Infernoids being maybe some kind of like Mayan creatures. I'm gonna guess I'm going to go towards more like Aztec things just because of the way their names are, but I could be completely wrong. They just seem really cool though. So here comes a big field, not enough to kill me. We got Lumina, Raiden. They're gonna go into a tuner. They're going to play Synchro Summon, and they're going to go to Michael the Arc Light Swarm. Michael's the Arc Light Swarm I've never really seen being used on a Light Swarm deck. I've always seen it being used more in a Dragon deck, because it can be special summoned with, well, I use it in my Blue Eyes deck on Death Row, where I can special summon it with, is it Silver Eyes? It's not Silver Eyes, it's Spirit Dragon, Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. You can bring it out Michael through that. It's the only time I've really seen him being used. I haven't really seen him being used in a Light Sword net. But I found it interesting. I was actually wondering whether SwizzyMan would decide to actually return cards to his deck to gain extra life points. And it seems like he is going to do that. Or is he? No, I don't think he did. I think maybe that comes a little bit later on. I can't remember actually. Anyway, my turn. I'm going to play Dark Hole. Dark Hole, destroy all monsters in the field. Get rid of those 2 cards, and if I could make advantage of this, this would be really awesome. Although my opponent's going to be able to use Atondale's effect and then attribute itself to banish 1 card from my graveyard. That's okay. I don't really do a whole lot of revival, even though I have Court of the Haunted in this deck. So I'm not really too worried about that, but it would be nice to be able to bring that out. So Michael's been sent to the graveyard. When this card is destroyed, you can target any number of Light Spawn monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them back into your deck, and gain, I think it's 300 life points per card. I might be wrong. Yeah, it seems that way. 300 life points per card. Yeah, so 1500 life points, 5 times 3. And that's going to give him a nice boost in health. I wondered whether people... I was thinking to myself, is he actually going to use that effect because maybe he prefers having his cards in the graveyard, but he seems to be okay to use it. Maybe it's just to stop himself from... from dying or potentially dying this turn, because a rank 4 player could have wiped out his life points potentially, but who knows, but he's got a really good deck. InfernoSworns, very usable in Legacy of the Duelist environment, not so much in Dev Pro. I think they're just decks which just do what it does better, but it's very efficient. It's very efficient at what it does. Fortunately, I managed to play Pot of Duality and grab a copies of Vanity's Emptiness. That should be able to shut down a couple of plays. Would have been nice to get Vanity's Emptiness a lot earlier, but it wasn't to be. This deck isn't really got the speed to get out cards like Vanity's Emptiness earlier, and that would have helped a lot. But yeah. Unfortunately, in current Dev Pro environment, or not even Dev Pro, I keep calling it Dev Pro environment, but it's really not Dev Pro environment. I should just call it the OCG, TCG modern format. A lot of people say, oh, yeah, I forgot I made this play. Yeah, like a moron, I played Soul Charge by accident. I was actually trying to set it. But oh well, I'm going to lose the duel from this one here. I'm going to kill myself. Yeah, no, the current environment... Now I've lost my train of thought. Damn it, what was I going to say? No idea. No idea. It's kind of gone. Oh yeah, the current format, what's my train? Oh yeah, Vanity's Emptiness. Vanity's Emptiness got limited and stuff like that. Anyway, I lost to SwizzymanHD there, but good games to you, dude. Thank you for playing me. It was a whole lot of fun. Very enjoyable, and I consider it an honor, and hopefully this was entertaining to you. I'm looking forward to a rematch at some time, particularly when I'm playing something a little bit more competitive. But other than that, thank you very much for sending me an invite, SwizzyMan. And if anyone else wants to challenge me to a game and subscriber showdown, feel free to send me a message at any time and we can do that. Anyway, that's going to be enough for me. I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.